Hello YouTubers, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to build on the moon of Saturn. So in this particular base slash map, you have no atmosphere, which means that you guys cannot build essentially any no wind turbines because there's no wind. There's also a lot of meteors on this planet. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to build the meteor thingies, the laser turrets. Oh boy. We're only working with two workers, one biologist, one medic, and one engineer. Alright, so things are getting slightly more difficult here. Because if my engineer dies before I build a landing pad or a medical field, that will be bad. Kind of got to be quick, you know, you got to make sure that you're building your stuff. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and use the second tier of the solar panel. Well, since I only have one biologist, I'm going to build only 3 plants instead. So that means I don't need as much water. Always build your canteens. But they need oxygen first, so before I even click this, I'm going to make sure all this stuff is built. You can also get rid of rocks and stuff by doing that. Cool. Ooh, I love it when it works out. If you've gotten this far, you probably know that you need to build plants and TVs, otherwise your people are going to get sad and die and stop working. Alright, looks like I'm betting on this, keeping us alive for the night. Well, that's kind of sketchy, so I guess first things first, I'm going to disable. This is the first night, so it's kind of a big deal that you guys don't all die. I'm also trying really hard to not use up all of my resources, so I'm trying to build the essentials first. Alright, that's where you sleep. And now we need a biodome. Farming is probably the most important thing. I don't know if you noticed, but my other videos, typically I build a farm pretty early on. And for this one, I'm actually going to use a smaller one because I am trying to make my resources go a lot further. So I would rather build slower and make sure that my people aren't going to die than build quickly and expand too fast. Since it's daylight, I am now turning this back on. In my mind, I really want to build another power collector, but I have to build my essentials first and then see where I'm at. This should be okay. And always remember to make this a priority. Alright, see, all of everybody's getting tired. It's because I forgot to put a bed in here. Since there's only 5 of them, I'm going to put only 1 bed / 2 beds. Alright, so now I need to make some medical stuff here. Well, I've still got 18 resources, so I'm not doing too bad. Doing really good, actually. This is going to be a dead end. Well, I guess I kind of screwed up. I thought this was a factory. It's not a big deal. Just going to build a factory right here. I just increased the speed in case you guys didn't notice that. Alright, so to build the anti-laser, you need to have a telescope. In order to build a telescope, you need a control center. Control center. Well, I'm not that far yet. Oh geez, I really hope this lasts the night. What really needs to happen is I need to build another power collector. If you're creating power but not storing it, that's kind of not good. If you have the supplies to make more power collectors, you definitely should. Because you definitely don't want to be 3 hours into your game and you forgot to basically equip better electrical system. These are my resources, guys. Not sure why nobody's sleeping in their bed. Oh, because it wasn't built yet. See, he's sad because he didn't have a bed to sleep in. They'll get depressed and they'll all stop working. That's a real thing. This is kind of that little moment of hoping everything works out. Alright, so self-sufficiency was reached in 8 minutes, and this video is not too shabby. Alright, well, it's time to start building power collectors. At least an extra one. This is the slowdown period. This is where you can't really speed build. This is where more technical stuff comes into play. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there are meteors crashing all around me. See, the fact that this even has some power in it means that this one was overflowing with power. And if you're overflowing with power and you run out of power, that is not good. That's negligence. See, everything's running fine. You know, in under 10 minutes, you have a fully functioning base. It's just a matter of longevity. You know, you kind of want to make sure that you guys build a control center and have a telescope and stuff and make sure that's getting operated. I'm gonna go ahead and build a factory. As you guys can see, I'm working with like 5 metal and 5 starch, so it's not really that great. Cool, now this is the moment of truth. This is where these bolts should be filling up. I think I'm going to throw in another solar panel. It's honestly better safe than sorry. Spares. Spares are what are used to make these keep running indefinitely. Notice how not a lot of power went into here, which means that the stuff that I built is consuming more power, which means that I'm potentially at risk of losing power tonight. Which is why I built this second one right here. But as you can see, I only have 3 metal and not enough to build this. So I have to wait for it to be processed. So I'm going to go ahead and make priority up there. I'm going to go ahead and disable this so people leave. Because I have 3 ore, but for whatever reason they're not using it. So I turned off the mine and I turned on the processing plant. And I turned on this all to priority. See how they're kind of working in shifts now? They're not sleepy yet. These two are sleeping while these guys are still working. You definitely don't want your entire base, at any point, you don't want everybody on your entire base sleeping. It's all about efficiency. I totally forgot to disable this. It's okay, we'll survive the night. I'm only consuming 4, and I have 3,000, so I'm gonna go ahead and enable this. Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. There we go. Now I'm in the positive. Sadly, this is kind of just a waiting game now. You know, you can't build if you don't have the resources. Just waiting on that one guy to make that. Or I'm waiting for this guy to build it. Awesome. Alright, now we just have to wait out the night. That should be long enough. Definitely don't want all my plants to die. Alright, hopefully I start making electricity before I run out. Any second, it's gonna be daytime. Okay, there we go. Close call. And now I have 2 solar panels. So now, that means that these are both definitely going to fill up today. This should fill up in like no time. Yeah, I've got 100. Oh yeah, I've got so much electricity, it's sick. It's sick. Solar flare imminent. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and disable this. And hopefully that guy hauls his butt in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and disable that. Oh yeah, fun fact guys, solar flares happen here, which means that you need to have a control center. Now this is a control center right here. This is probably the most important thing in this frickin' thing. This control center is what allows you guys to turn on like this. That way I don't have to, you know, disable everything. You know, see how it's yellow and blinking? Because it's essentially telling everybody to get inside because there's a solar flare. Which I'm pretty sure it's over now. This is if there's like a hostile situation. Alright, well, this is basically as fully functioning as it gets. Once this is built, you guys could go ahead and build a anti-meteor laser. And then essentially what that does is it allows you to shoot the meteors. And as you guys can see, I've been playing this for like 20 minutes and I haven't gotten hit by a single meteor. But yeah, here you go. You guys are now able to survive on the, I would say planet, but now you guys can survive on the moon of Saturn. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.